Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and on today's episode, men are done paying for modern women, and boy, are they not happy about it. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's just get right into the video.
Men that think that women use them for free dinners on dates, allow me. We still have to suffer through your company for 2 hours for a free frickin' steak. Do you think that we want to do that? Any woman who has employment can pay for their own dinner, okay? And so most women, not all, but most, worth their salt, are going to think, would I rather sit at home, have Chick-fil-A with myself, Netflix, hee hee ha ha, and enjoy my company, or sit with a man I don't want to be with for 2 hours for a free steak? I know which one I'm choosing.
She's saying she'd rather stay home than let a guy buy her dinner, which is funny because nobody asked her to go out in the first place. She is turning down an invite that literally never even came in the first place. Funny how that works.
Oh, breaking news. Women are using men for food. They're using us for food now. They don't. They're using us for food. Like, I want you to understand this. If she only hits you up to go on dates, right? And we're not even talking about like a hike, like coffee, I don't know, bowling. You know what I'm saying? Like little small shit. But if she hits you up just to eat, and you notice a pattern, like, damn, like why we just eat? Like, why we never do like an activity or like just go walk?
This guy's calling out the pattern before it costs him a rent payment. If eating is the only thing she will ever agree to, that is not really dating, that is just free meals. He is not wrong to clock it early instead of finding out 3 restaurants later.
Why are we always eating? Now, I'm not like saying like, oh, you can't eat on like a hike or something. You can have like a little picnic or something like that. But I'm saying like, yo, there's dudes out here, they're just getting hit up because they know like, you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay for it. Because you're the man, you're always gonna pay for it, right? You're getting used. And then it's like, there's no attraction. There's no like, dog, your contact name is probably like food. You don't even have a name.
He clarifies he's not against splitting a meal. The problem is when eating out is the only idea she ever has. One dinner isn't a red flag, he says, a pattern is. He's basically asking for a suggestion besides a restaurant every single time, and that is concerning.
One of the most dumb-ass rhetorics I hear from dudes when it comes to dating is how many of them think that women use them for free meals when it comes to dates. Sorry, like, do y'all genuinely think we are on some poverty line that, like, I can't pay for a fucking dinner? Hi, guy, I go to these dinners on my own. My friends and I go to these dinners, the same spots you're taking me to.
First off, what you're saying is stupid. You think that just because you can pay for it yourself, that means it's going to stop you from using someone to get it for free. That doesn't make sense. There are some women out there that absolutely use men for free food. Let me show you a few examples. Here's a young lady that's saying using men for free food is so 2025, and that in 2026, you should use them for tickets to cinema. So that way she can go there and the men doesn't even need to be there. Remembering all the men I use for free food on dates. Me reminding myself to respond to unopened DMs so I can use men for free dinner dates when I'm bored and hungry. So even though you are saying that you and your friends don't use men for free dinner dates, here you have a bunch of women saying that they do. You have to understand that some women absolutely uses men for free dinner dates. Sometimes they're just bored and they have these men take them out so they can eat for free and have a good time, and they have no interest in them whatsoever.
She starts off defending women, insisting she can cover her own meals just fine, and then she flips and admits some women really are running the free dinner playbook, pulling up examples to prove it. Took her flipping mid-video to finally admit what everyone already knew.
My last TikTok received a lot of hate, and honestly, I expected that. This now deleted comment said, "What do you expect? It's a first date." I'm here to remind everybody that the basic traditional standard first date in the United States not that long ago was dinner and a movie. Dinner and a movie, and we stopped going on those because you guys were using the movie portion of it to try to make out with us. And instead of doing better, you guys downgraded, and you're wondering why girls don't want to go out on your coffee dates with you. We're not trying to use you for a free meal. A spritz of my perfume costs more than whatever coffee you're about to buy me. It's that you guys want a cheap hookup and we don't. And instead of going after women that do, or sex workers, you guys want to trick us into doing that. It's not gonna work. You can't go into my comments and try to bring our standards down. We don't want it. We know what you're doing. We're just not going to play with it. Do better.
Lining up her perfume bill next to his coffee order and calling it a fair comparison is wild. Guys did not cancel dinner and a movie, they just stopped footing the entire bill for a stranger. Him keeping a first date cheap is not disrespect, it is a guy being smart with his money.
A while ago when I went to the bar, I remember this guy approached me at the bar. And he was like, hey, I thought you were cute. Would you be interested in getting to know each other? And I was like, yeah. And, okay, mind you, this guy is not objectively attractive, okay? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I was like, do you want to buy me a drink? And he said no. And then I walked off after that, because what do you mean you don't have enough money to buy me a drink at the bar? Or I feel like the mindset is, I'm so scared of spending $10 or $15 on a girl if I don't 100% have a shot with her. You know what? I'm not going to give the time of day to a guy that is that cheap. And not even attractive. And I've dated non-conventionally attractive men before, and I have no problem with it, but I'm not going to date a non-conventionally attractive man and somebody that's also cheap.
That bar story gets framed like cheapness, but the guy just wasn't into someone that he called not his type either. Walking off over a free drink that he never owed her is not a flex at all. That is a man reading the room correctly and saving himself a tab.
Can we please bring back men offering to buy you a drink at a bar? Like, as a grown man, why are you sitting here talking to me for 5-6 minutes and you have not said, like, oh, hey, what are you drinking, or sent a drink over? Like, it's common sense.
She wants men to buy the bar drinks again while also insisting that she's independent enough to pay her own way. Like, honestly, pick a lane, madam.
I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers yesterday, Maya Galore, and she does all things beauty, lifestyle, fashion, that kind of stuff, right? In her vlog, she talked about how she feels the men of this generation are just scared to approach her. Obviously she's successful. She presents herself very classy, very rich, luxury. That's the aesthetic that she has. And she recently went out with her friend. I think they went to some bar to like watch a football game or something, and she noticed so many men were staring at her, but none of them were bold enough to actually come over and approach her or come over and talk. For the girls on here, do y'all relate to that? Do y'all ever feel like men are just afraid to approach you? Men are afraid to actually make a move. It's like, you know, they're staring, but they're just not bold enough to talk to you. And I definitely relate to that, because when I think back on the last, let's say 2-3 years, men just don't approach.
Watching a bunch of guys stare, if we are going to say this woman's story is true, and do nothing gets called fear in this clip, right? But it could just as easily be guys who learned that approaching gets you filmed and mocked instead of a date. It is just not worth it for men.
I think it's perfectly socially acceptable to go on dates as a hobby. Like, one of my hobbies is going on first dates. And here I am. I go on the first date, like, sure, yeah, to meet the guy, to talk, get to know them, tell them about me, like, see if there's potential live there, like, whatever. Like, that's a small part of it. The big part of it is that I go and I get to try a new restaurant or a new spot in Boston. And usually, if not always, it's fun to buy the guy. So I'm like, ooh, like, let's go explore a little bit. So I always try to get the guy to, like, pick a restaurant that I haven't been to yet, or pick a cool new up-and-coming spot or whatever. Because if I'm gonna go on a date, and, like, this guy might be great, but, you know, he might also just, like, most likely, most of them are just, like, not my vibe. Like, and that's fine. But at least I'm gonna go try a new spot.
Openly using dates just to rack up free meals and admitting it on camera takes some nerve. Calling it a hobby is absolutely disgusting in my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but that is so stupid.
It just cost me $49.36 to fill up my tank. If a man thinks I am spending any of that gas, any of that $49.36 amount of gas, I can't even get it out, any of that gas to come meet you for coffee, you done lost your mind, because I ain't doing it. Give me somewhere worthwhile driving to.
She won't spend gas money driving to a coffee date, which is a wild thing to admit, while asking men to pay for everything else. The creator flips it right back on her here. Get a better job instead of complaining about $50 of gas. Fair trade, honestly.
And if he's asking you out for coffee as a first date, go ahead and block him right now. Quickly. Men only ask women out for coffee for the first date if 1, they're cheap, and 2, he's not actually sure he's interested in you. Don't you want a man that's sure he's interested in you? I've heard from the horse's mouth themselves. Men have told me they only take women on coffee dates if they're not sure they want to pursue the girl. So at the end of the date, if he changes his mind, if he gets the ick, he says, well, at least I only spent $20 on coffee. I know that you know you're worth more than $20 for coffee, whether he's sure or not. So get rid of him, babe. Your husband would never.
That bar story gets framed like cheapness, but the guy just wasn't into someone that he called not his type earlier.
You on a date for? I already seen on your TikTok that you don't like the movies, the park, coffee. You want me to pay your rent, your hair, your nails on the first date, and you're celibate. What do we need to date for? There is no mystery. I know everything that's going on with you. I've seen everything I need to see. Where you guys feel like you are setting your standard by making these proclamations, you're actually just showing your hand. You are removing the need for anybody to be intrigued by you or to want to pursue you because you are just throwing up all of these things before somebody can even say something to you. Y'all are trying to enforce the standard with words instead of actions, and what you're really doing is you're setting yourself up to be taken advantage of, because if somebody really wants to get with you, all they're going to do is offer you whatever you said online, get what they want, and then dip. When someone offers you something that you don't like, you don't give it more energy by coming on here and making a TED Talk about it. You go to someone else.
She's telling women to block any guy who suggests coffee for a first date, calling it cheap or unsure. But let's be honest, guys, if you offer a woman like this a coffee date and she declines, that is exactly the point of offering a coffee date. It is to weed out women like this, and apparently it's doing it very successfully.
I have to quit the internet. I really do. Sorry, we all have to pretend that we like coffee dates now, or we get read to absolute fucking filth. You want me to go to coffee with you? We're not in a fucking Bible study. Like, the last person I got coffee with who I was not like working with was a girl who my boyfriend was cheating on me with. That's what coffee is for. Sorry, you're asking me a coffee before you ask me to marry you? It's not happening. Would she expect a nice dinner? Yeah. What if she did? Get your money up, not your funny up. It is not her fault that you were an insecure loser. Also, dates don't have to be expensive to be fun. The best first date I've ever been on was a picnic where we were watching skateboarders in Venice. It was just a blanket and a bottle of wine. We had such a great time. We ended up going out with both of our friend groups later that night. And by the end of the night, we were so faded and so in love. We went skinny dipping in the ocean at 2 a.m. I'm sorry you're boring. Don't blame the economy. Figure it out and leave that girl alone.
Rattling off a long list of demands up front does not scare a man off, it simply repulses him. Nobody is interested in fulfilling all of your demands, madam. That's not how it works.
I'm never doing dinner on a first date. And if any woman thinks that she deserves dinner on a first date, y'all can keep her, because you're bugging. Because at the end of the day, you're not trying to really get to know me. It feels like you're just trying to get a free meal. Now, and if we do maybe go grab a bite to eat, it's going to be something very small. I'm not paying for any major dinner.
She spends most of this mocking coffee dates and telling men to get their money up. Like, I'm sorry, but this is not going to convince rich men to date you, okay? The dudes who make a lot of money, or maybe the men who don't, who you are hoping to quote-unquote inspire, are not going to be inspired to date you, madam. This is ridiculous.
I can't put my finger on it, but what is it called when you just have zero sexual desires and you really just don't care to be in a relationship or, you know, crave physical touch or just any type of like emotional connection? What do you call that? And I've been feeling like that for like the past like 6-7 months, bro. Like, I don't know, bro, and I ain't gay. Nobody comment in the comments, oh, this nigga gay. Coochie just don't fulfill me no more, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. It's just like a sudden shift, bro. A nigga just thugging, bro. Like, I'd rather just be alone type shit. Like, not text women, not call women, not even go out on dates. You get what I'm saying? Like, a nigga just so focused on me. I want better for me. And throughout this stage, I can't even look women in their eyes, bro. They irritate me, bro. They really piss me off, bro. For real, for real. Y'all boys let me know in the comments, bro. Am I going crazy or
This guy's talking about months of zero interest in dating or anything like that, and getting ahead of the assumptions by saying it is not about liking dudes sounds more like burnout than anything else, and realizing that perhaps the effort is not really worth what men are getting back these days. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.